All right, let's review some basic geometry. So we have a triangle, hopefully you know that, and then we are asked to find the area of that triangle. Now, I do think that just for being a person in the world, you should memorize the formula for the area of a triangle. It is something that I use occasionally in my real life. So the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. However, that is given to us in the reference chart right here. Now, one thing I want to point out, because I think this is something that people tend to forget, we talk about base and height, and we always think about the direction, right? We think about the height going up and down. We talk about the base going kind of along the ground, so to speak, of the picture. But it doesn't have to be that way. And we can see something weird is happening in the diagram that they gave us in the reference chart. The height is not part of the triangle in a way. It's not one of the sides, right? But that won't always have to be the case. The only rule that we have when we're finding the base and the height of a triangle is that they need to be perpendicular to each other. They need to form a right angle. So sometimes there is no way to do a triangle's height without drawing it through the middle and creating sometimes what we call an altitude. That is a line that is just perpendicular to the base, and then those are the two things that we're going to multiply. But whenever you have a right triangle, it doesn't matter whether it looks like this one in particular. If we have a right triangle, we already have a height and a base that are perpendicular to each other because a right triangle comes with a free right angle, right? So they're already perpendicular. So yes, the 3 kind of looks like the height. The 5 looks like the base, just based on the picture, right? The height goes up, the base goes across. So use those, but I do want to point out, like, it could have been a different way. So let's just finish this problem for a second. So 1/2, I'll do it down here. Area is 1/2 base times height. So let's be consistent. I know it doesn't matter the order of operations here, but 5 times 3. So that's 1/2 of 15, which is 7.5. So you could use the calculator if you need to, but 7.5 is the answer. Because it's such a simple decimal, I would just enter it like that. So that's the answer. But I do want to point out that if the triangle were more like this, let's see if I can do it right. If it were more like this, where we had, I'm not going to be able to draw it quite right here, but yeah, there you go. That kind of looks like it. Where this is 3, and this is 5, and this is the right angle. I would have still done the exact same math, right? Our brain might want to say, oh, no, we need the base to be down here, and then we need to draw a height. But no, we could do that, and we would actually get the same answer. But that's going to involve trigonometry and all sorts of craziness that we don't want to touch. The point is, no matter where the triangle is kind of oriented, if you see a right angle of 2 sides, those are the 2 sides that you want to use for the area, okay? So we use base and height as words because very often we try to orient that triangle back so that the base is on the bottom and the height goes up and down, but it doesn't need to be that way. So I could see a slightly harder version of this question, taking this exact same triangle, rotating it so that the right angle is maybe at the top, and then people are going to freak out because they're like, oh, I don't know how to use this formula. Doesn't matter where the sides are. If they are in a 90-degree angle to each other, we're going to use them. If we don't have any sides that are a 90-degree angle, that's when we might have to use some other clever means to get a height that's in the middle. But honestly, the SAT is usually going to give us that in some way. Maybe we need to use similar triangles, but we're not going to really use trigonometry in that way on the SAT. So it's probably fine. But hopefully this reminded you how to use this formula because it is something that could come up on the test. And luckily it is given to us. But like I said, it is something just good to memorize for life.